So if you're looking for ultra luxury in Palm Beach, Florida, this is a video you're going to want to see. Welcome to the retreat at Bridgewater in Jupiter, Florida. So nestled in the northern part of Jupiter is this community we call Bridgewater. Within Bridgewater, which is ultra luxury, within this luxury community, there is a luxury section. That's what we're talking about today. The section they just recently opened up, and it's called the Retreat at Bridgewater at Jupiter, Florida. So one of the things that we see a lot, we hear a lot from people relocating to our area is, well, the houses are a little bit close together. I want some land. You do not have that problem at Bridgewater. Most of Bridgewater is about an acre piece of property. You can put a tennis court in your backyard in Bridgewater. That's one of the nice things about it. But if you want a real big part of property, piece of property, they currently have 7 lots available. They just opened up. They're calling it the Retreat, and you can get up to 5 acres at the Retreat at Bridgewater in Jupiter, Florida. Let's go look at those available lots here at the Retreat. All right, before I head out to the Retreat in those big 5 acre lots, I passed here. I have to show you this. This is what they call a quick delivery home. You don't have that many of them. This one is going to be ready, believe it or not, in December, in January. So basically another month or so. And I just looked inside. It's a little bit raw. But when they get towards the end of these homes, they build them very fast. This is called Lot 101 is what they call it. The address is 281 Bridgewater Drive. The price, so this will give you an idea on pricing in general. The price was at $3,300,000. They want to move it because it's quick delivery homes. As they get closer to completion, what they do with builders in general is they want to aggressively price things to get things moving and get them off the books so they can move on to building new ones. They've lowered the price from $3.3 million to $3.1 million. I know that sounds like a lot to a lot of people. It is a lot of money, but in general, this is a higher-end community. The lots here on most of the homes, with the exception of the Retreat we're going to look at in a minute, are over an acre big. You don't get that. You have an acre in Jupiter, which is a highly desirable address. You can put a tennis court in your backyard in this house, in this home. But in the starting point in Jupiter, in the Bridgewater community here in Jupiter, is about $2.5 million. And those 5 acre lots are going to be more money. Once I get out there, we'll talk a little bit more about that. All right, I'm out here at the Retreat. This is one of the lots. This is actually lot 80. As you can see, there's 79 is right over there. So as you can see, this one is just shy of 5 acres. It is 4.98 acres. This is the old rendition. So here on the Retreat, you are allowed to put 3 structures. So the way they do it is that you have your house, 2 stories in many cases, two-story homes, and then you have a garage, a separate 4-car garage. So you have literally 8 cars because you have a 4-car garage, and the house itself has a 4-car garage. So you have places for 8 cars. If you are a car collector, this is a great place for it. They can fit those cars that are high. I'm told as well. Obviously, you can build a tennis court, and they actually have, you are permitted to actually build as well a guest house. You can have a separate guest house on the property here at the Retreat at Bridgewater. Well, at the Retreat, there are a total of 7 lots available. They literally just opened it. Of the 7, 4 of them are of this size of the 5 acres. The other 3 are 3.5. So and the pricing it goes, it's high because it's a lot of land. It starts in and around the $3 million level, and it goes all the way up to the upper $6 million level. I almost forgot to introduce myself. My name is Ray Fernandez. I'm with Living in Palm Beach, Florida, powered by eXp Realty. Welcome. We do videos like this literally every week. We love to cover what it's like to live in Palm Beach. We love to cover new construction communities. 17, 18 years ago now, just about, my family and I relocated this beautiful part of the land, beautiful part of the country we call South Florida, and we haven't looked back. Today, we truly find honored to help people, perhaps like you, do the exact same thing. So if you're thinking about moving to this area and you have questions and you want advice from people who've actually done it before that know what's involved, there's a few ways to get a hold of us. Down below is our email address. That's one great way. Also on the screen, you see our phone number. You can either call or text that number. But literally two of the best ways in the description and the comments, there's a link. Click on that link. What that'll do is that'll set some time for us to speak, either through a phone call or through a Zoom, whatever way you feel most comfortable. In any case, we have your back when it comes to relocating here to sunny South Florida. We have really good relationships with the builders. It's one of the things that helps us stand out. You can go directly to the sales center, which we do not recommend. In fact, I think you're crazy if you do. We recommend independent representation. More on that later. I visit these communities all the time. I speak with these builders every single day. One of the advantages you have to working with people like us is that we're unbiased. I don't care if you buy Bridgewater or Arden or Avenir. I don't care if you buy existing. If they're existing homes in any of these communities, the builders are not going to tell you because they want to sell you new. We at Living in Palm Beach will help you. We'll find those. If that makes more sense, if that fits your timeline, if that is a better price, we will let you know. And we want to do what's best for you and your family when it comes to relocating to here to sunny South Florida. All right, I have a map here. This is the community map. Don't know how well you can see that. If you want us to send it out to you, we definitely will. I showed you that lot 101, which is a quick delivery. Essentially, you have the 1 acre lots are about 101 spaces. I'm told there are about 30 left. So they've been selling now for a couple of years. And as you can imagine, it's a higher price point. So they're going to sell a little bit slower because not everyone has a budget of $4 million. So, so they'll sell a little bit slower because of the pricing. Few things about the character of this community is that you get a higher percentage of people who buy cash. I guess if you have that kind of money, you can probably afford to pay cash. We're told about 65% of the people who buy in here are cash buyers. Also, they get a lot of people, although we do a lot of relocations, that's our business at Living in Palm Beach, Florida. We do see people locally a lot, especially recently this past year, moving from other parts of South Florida to here in Palm Beach, as seems to be one of the most desirable parts of Palm Beach these days. This community gets a lot of people in local areas, whether it's even in other parts of Jupiter, that come to decide to make Bridgewater their home. So a couple of things. One thing I want to mention, I think is really important. I mentioned this. We did a Bridgewater video a while back, and this is sort of one of the reasons I'm making this video is to highlight the retreat. But I want to mention this is true whether you're buying one of those 107 homes or one of these 5 acre lots. We are technically, although we're in a Jupiter zip code, from a county perspective, we are in Martin County, and that's sort of a big deal. What that means is your taxes are going to be lower. So the guidance, if you go into a builder in Palm Beach, they will guide you. This is guide you. It's the county. It's not the builder who taxes you. It's the county that does. They will guide you to expect about 2%, to pay about 2% of what you pay, your assessed value. My experience is lots of times it's a little bit lower, but that's how they guide you. When you're looking at Martin County, which is where the Bridgewater is, where the taxing authority is, the guidance there is about 1.6 to 1.7%. So you will pay lower real estate taxes if you moved here to Jupiter because it's in Martin County versus Palm Beach County, Florida.
One of the things I like to do on our videos, and I think people appreciate it, well, actually, what I want you to do, leave a comment down below. Tell me if you find this helpful. I want to go to the map so we can look at the overall picture of exactly where the retreat is, where Bridgewater is, and where Jupiter is. So I'm going to quickly approach this as if you've never been to the area, you don't know the area. Palm Beach. Palm Beach in general is Jupiter to Boca Raton. Jupiter is the most northern part of Palm Beach. And as we talk about later, we actually, in this community, go a little bit over. We're borderline Jupiter, borderline Palm Beach, borderline Martin County. And there's some benefit to that. One of the reasons why Jupiter is so popular, first off, it's very picturesque, and it's got this right here. This you have the Loxahatchee River goes right into the ocean, so it's the home of the Jupiter Inlet. The homes here, like along here, these are expensive homes. You want a backyard that's off the river going into the ocean. That's a place. But let's focus on where we are, not just in relation to Jupiter, the ocean, but where is exactly Bridgewater? Where is the retreat? Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button in the corner. We'd love to help more people, perhaps like you, look at and consider this beautiful area we call Jupiter and Palm Beach. So we're going to zoom out here, and the ocean to where we're looking at Jupiter is approximately 5 miles. We did a video recently on Symphony. That's where that is. But if you're looking at Bridgewater, we're right here. And this is why you're able to get so much land. This is all preserved. You are surrounded by preserves. So if you want, one of the benefits of moving to Bridgewater and the retreat is that this area is protected, and there will not be, in the years to come, building on these areas because it's protected by the county, protected by the state of Florida. One of the best things about this area is you are close to and they're right next to each other. This is one of the only places in Florida where they're next to each other. Route 95 and the Turnpike are literally right next to each other. So if you're looking for a place where you can go north and go south really easily, this is an ideal location. So here we go. This is when you come up Island Way and you go into the entrance of Bridgewater. Right now, the sales centers the sales center's right about here. Do not go into the sales center on your own. More on that later. But you're going to come around here. And this is all the homes are in the very early here, and on this map they're just being plotted out, but they're in early stages. So when you come along this Bridgewater Drive, this is where you're going to find the retreat. This is called Turnbridge Drive, and that's where you find the retreat, and that's where all this land is. And as you can see, it is backed up by preserve, so no one is going to build behind you in your house. One of the other things I like about this area is that you have these bridges. These bridges are very picturesque. So one of the things that the beauty of Jupiter and the beauty of this area is it's very quaint, it's quiet, and it's got the picturesque element that Jupiter is known for. The other thing I want to mention is that it is close to the beach. So this is, in my opinion, this beach, Jupiter Beach and Juno Beach, which is a little bit down here. These are some of the nicest beaches in all of Florida. So you're literally right down the road. Indiantown Road is the main road through Jupiter, and you have the Jupiter Beach and Spa. So in terms of beaches, literally on the East Coast, Jupiter Beach is one of the most picturesque, one of the most beautiful beaches on the East Coast of the United States.
All right, let me go over pricing. So there are 4 models here at Bridgewater. They have the most popular, as I mentioned earlier, is the Oakley. It is the smallest. It's about 3,300 square feet under air. That's a big house. I say it's the smallest, but it's a big house. It is above average compared to most houses here. And it goes up there. The Oakley, the Aventura, the Madeira, and the Livingston, which is the largest. The Madeira actually goes up to somewhere around 5,400 square feet under air. So you're talking about big houses. Now I have pricing for just the base price of the homes. They run anywhere from like 1.7 to approximately 2.3 million. But if you're living out here in the retreat, remember, you're buying a big piece of land, and land does not appreciate. The price of land continues to go up all the time. Land is a valuable asset. There's not, we will eventually run out of land here in Palm Beach. We have found that in recent years, builders are building more west because that's what's available. And that's why people buy here in the Retreat. If you're buying in here in whether it's Bridgewater and the other part of Bridgewater or here, you're buying land. You're buying it because you want to be able to put 3 structures. If you're in the other part of the Bridgewater, by the way, you can only do 2 actually. So you could do a home and you could build a casita. Today, actually, and it might not last by the time you see this video, today they're actually offering a free casita if you purchase. Reach out to our team if you want to learn more about what that's about. So from time to time, builders do put incentives out. Again, we work with the builders all the time, and we are in tune as to what the incentives are. So if you ever want to know whether it's this community or any community, what the incentives are, what kind of deals are being offered around these days, reach out. We'd love to help you. Now we're going to go into the biggest home here, whether it's Bridgewater itself and or the Retreat at Bridgewater. The Livingston is their largest home. It looks elegant. Look at the size of this driveway. I mean, if you want space, this is what it is. Again, if you go to the Retreat, you can literally have 2 cars there, 2 cars there, and you can build another 4-car garage. So up to 8 cars if you build this model in the Retreat in Bridgewater. So when you walk into Livingston, this is what you see. Now, it's open. It's as open as you can really get. I mean, the builders in general are starting getting away from formal dining room, but you don't have to necessarily make this a dining room. People probably will. It's set up like that here. But as you can tell, the Livingston is just its elegance. This home is 5,400 square feet under air. You can make it several different ways. Look at the upstairs there. I don't know how high that is, but that's high. They use high-end stuff. They use, so if you're looking here, we did a video recently on Symphony, and they use the same stuff. So you have Sub-Zero when it comes to your refrigerator, and also Wolf. They're related products. We have a Wolf stove at where we are. I mean, if you're into cooking, this is like high-end stuff. It's a natural gas community, so that's helpful. Granite, so everything here is pretty much upgraded. One of the things, I'm not going to do it now, but one of the things about here is this is like a corner like sliders. So you can open this up all the way there and this all the way here. And you can basically, especially if you screen that off, you could pretty much make this an outdoor room. Again, you can see how much property you get. So this home is you can make it as you want it. You can make this 5-bedroom. You can make this 7-bedroom. You can make this 5-bathroom. You can make this 7.5-bathroom. So you have a lot of flexibility if you buy a home here in Bridgewater in Jupiter, Florida. Once again, you have high ceilings. The loft area here is to die for, and they have literally the way they have this model set up, they have a bedroom there and a bedroom here. Again, you can play with the design of it, and that's one of the things about buying a home like this. There's lots of flexibility when it comes to customizing a home here at the Retreat and or Bridgewater in Jupiter, Florida. So this community is built by Pulte, which the Devasta division. Again, we have special relationships with all these builders. If you want to know what their current incentives are or how they're making out, one thing you want to know is that once a community comes towards the end of, near closing out, the deals are not necessarily there. Certainly the choices of lots are not there either. The Retreat has currently all the lots are available. Once they start selling them, then you're gonna be somewhat limited, and it gives the builder some purchase power or their ability to raise the prices. So you want to get in early. In general, when you look at opportunities like this, you want to get in early because the best prices normally come the sooner rather than later. The Retreat, Bridgewater, Jupiter, paradise here in South Florida.